Beloved son, precious daughter, at this moment I am doing something new in your life, a movement that requires you to step in with faith, for faith is the key that unlocks what was once out of reach. I know the journey to this point has not been easy. The difficulties, the challenges, and even the nights of uncertainty have become so common that you have come to believe that this weight will always be with you. But I am here to tell you that I hold in my hands the key to transform everything. The same key I have given to men and women who chose to trust in me and experienced my provision and care. Look, for example, at the life of Job. He saw his family, his finances, his health, and everything he had being destroyed. In human eyes, he had no hope left, and many around him even doubted my presence. But Job kept the faith. He believed when everyone else doubted, stood firm even when everything seemed lost. And for that, he received a restoration that the world could not explain. I returned to him double all that he had lost. And now I ask you, do you believe that I am the same God, the one who makes the impossible happen, the one who restores, transforms, and brings back to life what seemed lost? Then know this. Your faith is the key that will bring this transformation to your home, to your financial life, and to your future. Just as I did with Job, I also did with Abraham, a man who left everything behind to follow my voice and trust in what I had promised. He did not know exactly where I would lead him, but he trusted, took a step of faith, and through him I brought forth a lineage that would be blessed over all nations. He became the father of multitudes because he believed when I said, I am your God, and wherever you set your foot, I will give this land to you and your descendants. And today, son, daughter, I ask you, do you believe that I can change your financial situation, open doors that seem closed, and place in your hands a blessing that you cannot even imagine yet? Understand, it is not by effort, it is not by struggle, it is by faith that you will see my powerful hand working in your favor. You do not have to fight alone. I am here to walk alongside you. Think of Moses and the sea that opened before him and the people of Israel. They were cornered, with enemies behind them and an impassable sea ahead. In human eyes, it was the end. But when they cried out to me, the impossible happened. I opened the sea and made a path where there was no passage. And today I tell you that I will do the same. I know that sometimes you feel surrounded by difficulties, the bills, the commitments, the requests for help from your loved ones, the pressures that seem impossible to bear. But just as I did with Moses, I will open a way for you to pass. Your faith is the key that will allow you to see this sea part. Your faith is what unlocks my miracle. Trust that I am a God who never fails, for when I promise, I deliver. Every word I have recorded is alive and powerful, ready to be fulfilled in your life if you have faith. Look at what I did in David's life, a young shepherd who seemed to have so little to offer, who was even despised by his brothers. But I saw his faith, I saw his heart, and I raised him up as a king. It doesn't matter what people say or what others think of you. I know your heart. I see your effort, your internal struggles, your silent prayers. I know how much you have persevered, even when you can't see the way out. But today, I want you to understand that your faith is the key that will move the supernatural, that will open doors and take you to places you never imagined. Imagine with me, just as I did with Elijah, when the land faced famine and drought. Provision seemed impossible. There was nothing to eat, and all that was left were scarce crumbs. Yet I made food spring up in the middle of the desert. I sent ravens to feed my servant. And today I tell you, where you see scarcity, I see the chance to show you that I am the God of multiplication. Your faith attracts my provision. Your trust in me is what makes my hand act. So do not look at what is lacking anymore, but see what I am about to multiply. I am the God who knew you before your birth, who already knew every detail of your life and the challenges you would face. Nothing catches me by surprise, and I know well what is going on in your mind and heart. I know the thoughts of anguish that try to invade you when night falls, and the uncertainties about tomorrow. But I am with you, and today I come to reaffirm my promise to take care of you, to protect you, and to bring the provision you need. Just as I took care of every detail of creation, I also take care of you. Look at the birds of the air and the flowers of the field. They do not sow, they do not reap, and yet I sustain them. How much more will I do for you, who are my son, my daughter, my treasure? Trust, for your faith is what activates my favor. Open your heart to my work, for I desire that you experience the fullness of what I have planned for your life. Even if the journey has been difficult so far, all of this is being used to strengthen your faith, to teach you that it is in trusting me that you will find victory. I know you feel tired, that the walk has been long, but I tell you, I am with you, and I go beyond what you can imagine, for my grace is abundant, and my love for you knows no limits. And I want you to declare now that you believe in my provision, that you believe I can restore everything that seems lost, that I am the God who multiplies the little and transforms what is in ruins. Today, in my presence, use faith as a key to unlock all that I have prepared for you. Trust, believe, and see how the impossible will become a reality in your life. Even if you do not see immediate results, believe that I am working, that my hand is acting behind the scenes, preparing the best for you. You may not understand all the reasons, but remember, my way is perfect, and I know what is best for you. Just as I worked in Esther's heart to save her and all the people, I also have a work to accomplish in your life and in the lives of those you love. I know how much you care for your family. I know how much you desire to see your children and grandchildren walking on a safe path. And I am faithful to fulfill that promise. Keep trusting in me and be an inspiration to those around you, for what I am doing in you will be a blessing to all those near you. Beloved, your faith is the key that opens the treasure of my promises. And if you still have doubts, remember the words of Jesus. If you have faith as a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, "Be lifted and thrown into the sea," and it will be done. No matter the size of the problem, no matter the size of the difficulty, when you choose to trust me, each of those mountains will be removed. And I want to invite you here and now to declare your faith, to take possession of what I am promising you. My presence is enough to transform everything. Where are you looking now? Look to me, for I am the one who sustains you. I am the one who knows the end from the beginning. And I tell you, there will be no area of your life that I will not touch to bless. Believe, for this is the promise I make to you today. I will cause overflow. You will see the abundance I have prepared, and by opening your heart, you will see what I have reserved for you. Do not be discouraged, for the best is yet to come, and my power is stronger than any circumstance. May this word strengthen you, wrap around you, and remind you that with faith, anything is possible. But I need you to keep your faith alive like never before. Just as I did with Peter when he walked on water, he had to step out of the boat, take a step into the impossible, and trust that I would sustain him. The moment he took his eyes off me, fear invaded him, and he began to sink. But son, daughter, the miracle was there, the power was there, the victory was there. He just needed to keep his eyes fixed on me. Today, I'm calling you to focus on what I am saying. Do not let doubt, distractions, or fear take your attention away from my promise for your life. When Peter looked at the wind and the waves, he forgot for a moment that the God who created the seas was right in front of him. So I ask you, where is your faith now? I'm the same God who made Peter walk on water and the same God who calls you today to take a bold step. The difference between the miracle and frustration is your trust in me. Believe, and you will see the impossible removed. I know there are times when it seems everything around you is crumbling, and like Peter, you feel like you are sinking in the waters of the problem. But today, I am extending my hand to you and saying that you are not alone. I want you to remember when I blessed the widow of Zarephath. She was on the brink of despair. Her last handful of flour and her little oil seemed to be all she had left. She saw no way out, and in human eyes, she was defeated. But when she asked for my help and did what I asked her to do, her faith became the key to miraculous provision. The flour and the oil multiplied in a way that no one could explain. Today, my son, my daughter, I tell you, no matter how small your faith is, it is enough to bring forth my provision and my miracle. Understand, my provision is not limited to the resources you see around you, it is infinite. I am the God who brings into existence what does not exist, and what many see as the end, I see as the beginning of a new phase. Just as I turned the widow's despair into hope, I will transform your situation. Believe and receive what I am delivering to you. When I move the supernatural, there are no limits, for I am the creator of all things, and everything is within my reach. I know you have been facing family pressures, worries about your children, and situations that try to steal your peace. There are challenges you face alone, and perhaps you have felt tired of carrying so many responsibilities. But today I tell you, my dear, I am removing this burden, and I will show you that I am the God who relieves the soul, who cares for every detail. When you hand over your worries to me, I will go beyond what you can imagine. Every prayer, every cry is being answered now as you hear my voice. Just as I heard Hannah's cry when she felt distressed for not being able to have children, I have also heard your prayers and know every pain you have kept in silence. Hannah asked and waited, and in the right time I gave her the child she longed for. She remained faithful, trusted in my timing, and surrendered her desire to me. Son, daughter, even if your dreams seem distant, I am preparing the right moment, and this is the time for you to live the answer, to see the fulfillment of what you have long awaited. I know you have seen time pass and have wondered when it will be your turn to live the miracle, to have your life restored. But what is time to me? I am the eternal God, the God who brings to existence what seems forgotten. The time you think you have lost, I will restore to you double. Just as I did in Job's life, who at the end of his trial received much more than he had before, I will do with you. It is your faith that opens the windows of heaven. It is your trust that brings to existence what I have prepared. I did this with the disciples when the sea was agitated and the boat they were in seemed about to sink. In the midst of the storm, they called me, and I heard them. In the midst of the darkness, I was there. With a word, I calmed the wind and the waters. That same power that calms storms is now by your side. When you call me in faith, I hear, I respond. I enter your life and make peace invade your heart. Keep your faith strong and allow it to be the fuel that will help you through any storm. I know there are voices of doubt, criticism, and even discouragement around you, but today I tell you, trust in me, for each of those words will be silenced, and all will see that I am your God. Remember that those who trust in me will never be put to shame. I honor the faith of those who do not give up, those who, despite the challenges, believe in my power. Just as I prepared manna to sustain my people in the desert, I am also preparing sustenance for you. Even in the midst of an environment that seems barren, where everything appears scarce, I will sustain you with my mighty hand. I have not left you forsaken, and today I will not leave you. I will meet each of your needs and lead you to places where abundance is real, where you will have peace, safety, and provision. There is a victory plan laid out for your life, and nothing can thwart my purposes. If you trust in me, I will remove every obstacle, just as I opened the way for the people of Israel to cross the Jordan and conquer the land I promised them. That same power is at work now. The promised land is ahead of you, but only those who trust wholeheartedly will enter it. I call you to believe with bold faith. For what is reserved for you goes beyond expectations. There is a blessing that will reach your loved ones and bring restoration to your home. I know you have been praying for those you love, interceding and asking for them to find the right path. I have heard every word, and now I am moving my hand to bring your children, your family into my care. The same peace I promise you will extend to all of yours. I will give you the answer you have been seeking, and this answer will be a living testimony that I am the faithful God. No matter what the world says, no matter what circumstances try to make you believe, I am your source. I am your refuge, your sustenance. And today I invite you to lay all your desires before me. Stop looking at what is around you and look to me, for I am the God who transforms pain into joy, crisis into provision, despair into peace. Just as I did with Joseph, who was taken from prison to govern the greatest nation of the time, I can transform your story in an instant. I need your faith to be genuine, like a lamp that stays lit even when the night seems darkest. The key to victory is your faith in me, in the trust that I am the one who makes the impossible possible. Remember every story I have told you, for they are true and have been recorded to remind you of what I am capable of. Now this story is your story. This miracle is your miracle. This answer that comes from heaven is yours, and all I need is your faith. I want you to understand something powerful. Nothing can stop my love from reaching you. Nothing is greater than my power to perform miracles. My hand is extended toward you, and with faith you will take possession of what I have already prepared. Now rise up in spirit, declare your confidence, write your testimony of faith here, and may your life be a living declaration that you trust in me, the God who loves you and never abandons you. Like, share, and be the channel that will carry this word of transformation to others, for there are many who need to know that faith is the key to victory. My movement has begun, and it is for you. Understand that at this moment, I am guiding you along a new path, a path that many have longed to see in their lives, and that is now beginning to open before you. I know every detail of your heart. I am aware of the hidden pains and the challenges faced in silence. I know the pressures and the nights when thoughts kept you from resting. But now I am here, asking you to trust, for everything you have faced up to now has prepared you for this moment of transformation. It is not time to retreat or let fear speak louder. It is time to stand firm and see my power act in your favor. Just as I did in Gideon's life, I want to strengthen you and remind you that even when he felt small and undervalued, I chose him for a great work. He looked at his own limitations, but I saw his potential. Today, I tell you the same. I see in you what no one else sees. I know every part of who you are, and I am using even the areas that seem fragile to manifest my strength, just as it was with Gideon, who defeated an army with only 300 men. You will also see that even with what you have in your hands today, I can do something grand. The key is to trust that it is not about the size of what you possess, but by faith in me that victory is achieved. I want you to imagine what I am about to accomplish. The dreams that once seemed so distant are closer than ever, and my promise is that what I started in your life, I am faithful to complete. Remember what I did for Ruth, who left her land with nothing in search of a new hope. She was a woman who faced losses and saw no clear way out, but by trusting and moving forward, she ended up finding an unexpected future. She not only found security, but became part of the lineage that brought the greatest gift to the world, the Messiah. Today, believe that there is a detailed and perfect plan, and by trusting in me, you will see every part of that plan come to fruition. I am not limited to what you see. My promises are unchanging, and nothing can interrupt the course I have set. The same blessing I granted to Abraham when he looked at the stars and wondered if he would have children is the blessing I am preparing for your life. He waited in trust, even without seeing the results immediately. And today, I want you to do the same, to look to the heavens and remember that I am faithful. Abraham became the father of many nations because he trusted my word. And now I invite you to believe that there is an abundant harvest prepared for you, even when the days seem barren. Remember that the seeds you have sown, the efforts you have made, and the times you reached out to others, all of this is noted and will be rewarded. There is no act of kindness, no gesture of faith that I have not seen, and the time of harvest is approaching. Just as I rewarded those who remained faithful, I also want to surprise you. Many will look and see that despite the difficulties, you never gave up and continued to trust. And it will be this persevering faith that will lead you to receive such a grand blessing that even those around you will be blessed through you. Now think about what happened to Daniel. He was placed in a situation where everything seemed to be against him, thrown into the lion's den. Many believed it would be the end, but I was there. With unwavering faith, he remained confident, and at dawn, his testimony resonated among kings and nations. In the same way, I want you to keep the faith, for even if some around you do not believe, I will do something that will bring honor and renown to your life. The miracle I will perform in you will be a living testimony of my power, and that where my presence is, there is no room for fear. Your story is in my hands, and every detail, every step, is being shaped by me. Even the difficult moments are instruments I use to prepare you, to strengthen your faith, and to teach you to live confidently. My desire is to elevate you to high places, to make you experience a peace and joy that nothing can destroy. And just as I did with Nehemiah, who rebuilt the walls of Jerusalem in record time, I will be with you in the reconstruction of everything you have seen crumble. When Nehemiah rose up, he not only rebuilt physical walls, but restored the hope of an entire people. In the same way, I am restoring the areas of your life that need renewal. Understand that this is the moment when your trust in me will be rewarded. There is nothing I cannot do, and when I decide to bless someone, no circumstance or person can stop it. Just as I did with Joseph, who never lost faith even in prison, I will also bring you to the light, and what seemed to be the end will become the starting point for a new journey. Joseph was betrayed, sold and wronged, but in the end, he became an authority over all the land of Egypt. What seemed like a chain, I transformed into steps for your elevation. Today, what I want is for you to trust with all your heart. For as it is written, if God is for us, who can be against us? There is no force, no situation, no person that can thwart my plans. This trust is what opens doors. I know there are those who have discouraged you, who may not see the potential I see in you, but I want you to know that you are chosen, you are loved. And all the good you have planted, every prayer, every act of kindness, I am multiplying to pour out over your life in overflowing measures. So stand firm, knowing that my thoughts toward you are thoughts of peace and prosperity. Just as I did with Solomon, to whom I gave wisdom and abundance, I also want to bless you with what you need to live fully. Solomon did not ask for riches, but for discernment to act according to my heart, and for that reason I blessed him in everything. Today, I am bringing that wisdom into your life, so that in every decision you see my direction, and every choice leads you to the place of peace that I have prepared. All I desire is to see you enjoy the joy of a fulfilled life, free from suffocating worries, knowing that I am your sustenance. You will see my promises fulfilled one by one, and you will see that everything that seemed distant becomes reality when the heart turns to me. And just as I opened doors for Paul and Silas when they were imprisoned, I will open doors in your life. In that prison, where many would not believe that anything good could happen, I manifested my power and set them free. The doors that were locked were opened by the power of my presence. Now what I ask of you is to keep your eyes fixed on what I am about to do. There is a world of possibilities before you, a path of blessings that is about to be revealed. And when you look back, you will see that every step was necessary to lead you to the right place. Faith is the key that will bring all of this into reality. It's not about what you see, it's not about what others say, but about what I promised you. Every time you declare your faith, every time you place your dreams in my hands, heaven moves in your direction. There is no small promise in me, for every promise of mine is true and powerful enough to transform lives. And it is this transformation that I want to accomplish in you right now. Let your heart rest, for there is no mistake in my plans. I am the God who prepares, who empowers, and who fulfills what he promises. And I tell you, the impossible is about to become reality. If this word has brought peace to your heart, leave your comment, share your faith, and be a light for those who also need this hope. Don't keep to yourself what I am doing. Spread the certainty that I am the God who works miracles. If this message has touched your heart and brought hope to your life, I invite you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this word with those who need a divine answer. There are so many other messages of encouragement, healing, and victory waiting for you here. Stay tuned, for each video is an opportunity to strengthen your faith and find new revelations for your journey. Together, let's walk this journey of faith, trusting that the best of God is yet to come.